Hey, what's up? It's Owen doing a little bit of ATVing, Oregon coast. I'm showing my kids how to do it too. What do you want to say to your future self from the first time you did an ATV?
Oh, it's just really fun.
What I want to hammer you with in this upcoming video is the importance of living a fun life, doing what it is that you want to do, okay? So when I'm dead someday, nobody's gonna say I didn't live a very, very, very fun life. In this video, what I'm gonna be doing, talking to you in great detail of what in my view is a fun life. And that's cool, you're gonna learn a ton. This is gonna be instruction at the level of step-by-step, but also as far as inspiration and an energetic transfer. You're gonna get a ton out of it. Let's go. Chip off. One of the themes I go into a lot in this video is how people just sit around and don't enjoy their lives. Sit around smoking weed or playing video games. I honestly can't stand it. And I think it just destroys your life. It blows by. Anyway, we're gonna be shooting into that right now. Rich people shit is dumb, okay? That's the first thing to understand. It's not even good, okay? Like, rich people watches are dumb. Rich people cars are dumb. It's all dumb, okay? It's all dumb. I have all this stuff. I own all of it many times over. I'm wearing a bunch of it now. Any of you guys that know watches know what I'm wearing. It's all dumb. I have the worst watch in here. Rich people watches are dumb. If you have an Apple Watch, you have a better watch than me. Okay? So this watch, you have to go to 4 appointments to beg to give them tens of thousands of dollars for it. That's rich people shit. It's dumb. So you don't know how to spend the money because A, you don't even know how to pick up a new hobby. And B, even if you did figure out all the logistics behind the new hobby, because again, first you gotta take skiing, figure out how to get an Icon or Epic Pass, figure out where you'd want to ski, figure out how to fit yourself for all the gear, figure out where to go, figure out how to get there, get the instructors. It would take you a year just to see if you like it. Now, once you decided that you did like sliding down a hill, then what you'd realize is my happiness synaptic superhighway is dead. So you're sliding down a hill and you're like, I thought being rich and like sliding down a hill would be awesome. But I just feel how I felt when I worked. Why don't I feel any different? It didn't work. See, trying to get money, that's the fun part. Eminem talks about this, right? It's like the fun part was trying to get famous. Then you get famous, you're like, this sucks. I don't care about this. It's not that being rich sucks. Being rich is actually awesome, but it doesn't, what it does is it exposes how far off you actually are. That's what it does. You're like, wow, like I didn't realize, like I now finally realize how far off the mark I am. But see, I'm not one of these teachers that will tell you not to get rich and then says, oh, it sucks. I'm like, no, let's get you rich quickly so that you can realize it sucks and so that you can actually start living your life. But that's like another 5 years just to learn how to, like, you got to actively train yourself like, ha ha ha, ha ha ha. Like you have to reawaken, like the leg that you have to like literally reawaken it because it atrophied. Like guys, to fix this, I've got to do like air extensions like that. Sorry, I got to do like air extensions like this just to reawaken the leg. Like it falls asleep. The happiness superhighway in your brain falls asleep. It's asleep. You ever notice you see me in my videos, I crack a lot of jokes in certain videos. I'm just cranking jokes out. That was real effort that I had to do to train myself how to do that. That's called thriving. Laughing is thriving. Okay? People who don't laugh, they're very serious. I'm very serious. I'm very serious, right? Okay, people that do that, they're like, I'm serious about this. No, they're in a cope. They're matrix agents. They're in a cope. Like, I define myself by my professionalism, right? Which is cool and all, and there's a function for that. But like, that's called what you do when you're rich. You hire a bunch of poor suckers like that to reliably run your business for you while you ski. Right? Some poor bastard who thinks he's winning because he makes 6 figures or low-level 7 figures, y'all. Okay? So So then, okay, they're literally like these guys like wear suits and they're chodes and so on and so forth, and they're like, I'm corporate, right? And then basically they're like the mega slave, right? It's like the mega slave, like I'm the best one, yes, master, I'm the best one. Look at me, I wear my suit, I'm very on time. Like, look at you, what have you become? You were a child once, you were free, you were a child. What became of you? Imagine my children turned into that. You know what I'm saying? I remember one time I was at a rave and I saw these people doing ecstasy, MDMA, and I just saw like one of them was like just like raving, like sitting on the side of this on the side of the wall, and their friend had like the magic fingers like doing this. And I would never, ever do this. It was just a thought that I had. I would never do it. Much like if you describe, like, think of like driving into oncoming traffic, but you wouldn't do it. But I had this weird thought where I was like, again, I'd never do this. I was like, if that was my kid, okay, would never actually do this. Just walk up, just done, okay? Like, just like, no, I didn't create this, okay? Like, that was like, and then I went, no, I wouldn't do that. But that was literally a thought that I had, like, just looking at this waste of life, this waste of human life. Like, you're on drugs. Like, you are a child of God, forged in the image of your creator, living in the greatest country in the world, in the most prosperous time in the world. And you're like, you know what would be a good idea? Like, let's fucking burn holes in my fucking brain and then sit there looking at another dude erotically, which if you're gay, amazing, like, party on. But if you're not, looking at another dude erotically, like, like, you know what I'm saying? Again, if you're gay, like, crush it, bro. But, like, if that ain't you, you know what I'm saying, right? And, like, you're just on E, and you're like, oh, like, looking at some guy, like, his fingers, like, angel fingers, like, bro, while your brain cooks. Like, that's, I understand that seems like a great Friday night and everything. There's real consequence to that. Your brain does not heal from that shit. Okay, you will not compete with people who do not do that. When you do that, you will get run through. You will be in the pleb mass. You are engaging in the pleasure of the pleb. Okay, weed. Smoke the weed, y'all. Smoke weed every day, says dead Nate Dogg. Okay? You are that is called coping food. When you are in the pleb mass, that is coping food. Even you're gonna hate me. Don't hate me. Don't hate me, y'all. Don't hate me, y'all. Don't hate me. Psychedelics. You know who that's for? The people who can't go to Alaska, the people who can't go to Nepali Coast, the people who can't take off a lot of the year and go deep into the jungle, the people who can't go to South Africa, the people who can't go to South America. You know what you do? You pay $12, you take shrooms, okay? I know, you're like, no, you could never have the spiritual insight that I had in my garage on the shrooms. You're wrong, okay? You are wrong. I understand that you think you had a deep spiritual insight from the shrooms. I get it, okay? I understand. I get it. I've read about it. I've read more about it than you'd imagine. I've got every friend in fucking Venice and Los Angeles fucking on shrooms right now. And they've all got that same little look in the eye of like unearned enlightenment where they kind of look present, but it's sort of being like propped up by this weird thing because they saw a bunch of shit that was unearned. They didn't fucking earn it. And as a result, they have insights that they haven't not earned yet, and they don't even know what to fucking do with it, and they're more disconnected. And this shit is popularized, and the more it gets popular, nobody wants to speak out against it because I lose clients when I talk about this. Because 89% of the self-help community is on fucking ayahuasca, and all this shit is super fucking celebrated, and so on and so forth. And it's like, okay, what I would say to my kids would be this. Your friends that are going to smoke weed in high school, do that because they're not going to go hike the Nepali Coast. Because it's easier to give to spend 10 or 20 bucks to go get high than it is to make the money to go into nature. I've been in safaris in Africa. I've been living in South America. I've driven Mexico. Go see the fucking world, okay? Go into nature and talk to God for real, okay? Go into nature, learn how to tap in, learn how to allow that energy in yourself and see what comes out of your mouth and see how it transfuses into your soul. Then go take the mushrooms, okay? Like, I remember my buddy, my old business partner, he was like, we'd always be getting shit on by business competitors because in our old industry, like, these guys are like really wounded. They're always attacking each other. And so they would do all this shit to fuck with us all the time. And then he's like, we got to fight back. We got to fight back. We got to say something. We got to say something. You guys know I never really talk shit in my industry. A lot of these guys are big shit talkers, right? They love to talk shit. Okay? I just like being super rich and like being the best. But they like to talk shit. Now, when you think about this, there's only so much that you can do in a given day. It's opportunity cost. There's only so many hours in a day. So I said, look, you're sitting here looking at this guy who affronted your fucking ego who talks shit on you, right? You want to talk shit back. You want to reveal the truth. I want to reveal the truth. I said, look, this guy has done nothing to you compared to what you have done to yourself. You're your own biggest worst enemy, not this guy. What did this guy do? What did this motherfucker do? Nothing. He's a shit talker. He's a hater. Everybody knows that haters are the definition of losers. That's common knowledge, especially people that actually spend money. Money spenders are not haters because they value their time. They're not watching this shit. The spenders don't look at this. The people doing that are attracting a toxic list. They're magnetizing the worst kind of clients themselves. They're actually taking away the guys that would be refunding you. Why are you mad about this? Let's look at our website. Oh, problem here, 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 here. Let's look at our videos. Problems here, 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 here. Let's look at our economies of scale. Problems here, 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 here. Let's look at our posting schedule. Problems here, here, here. It is 30 years of fixes. In 30 years, when we have made our first couple $100 million, and you want to come back and you want to talk shit on a hater, bro, have at him. But the only person that you need to be talking shit on right now is you. Go do that, and then you can come back and talk a bunch of shit. But of course, what are you going to do once you've done that? You're going to talk shit? No. You'd forget that those people exist. They look like fucking ants. So, okay, it would just make sense. Well, in the same way, if you're going to go do psychedelics, go do them. Do the ayahuasca, do the DMT. Go see the machine elf, see the sacred geometry, talk to the mushroom, do whatever the fuck you want. But before you do that, spend 5 years in nature. Okay? Here's what I'm going to tell you to do. Go get a fucking flight. Fly to the Nepali coast. Hike the Kalalau Trail. Go take a flight up to Alaska. Fly into Denali. Fly into the gates of the Arctic. Talk to God. When you come back, then machine elf all day. Okay? You see where I'm getting at here? This is called the pleasures of the plebeians. It's the amateur version. Amateur spirituality, amateur fun. It's surrogate fun. What do you call screens? What are screens? What is a fucking screen? Yes, it can educate you. Yes, you can learn from it. I put out videos on fucking screens. But what is it, the phone and the screen for most people? Watching even sports, for the average person, the way that they would watch sports. I like sports for a different reason. What are they getting out of it? What is it? What is it? It's a pacifier. Identify it as a pacifier. So in other words, this is the pleasure of the pleb. Oh, look, Tom Brady went on a heroic journey. That's amazing if you can take that as inspiration for your heroic journey. That is destructive if you take it as a replacement for your heroic journey. You are a child of God, forged in the image of your Creator. You have unawakened potentials that are locked up right now that you do not even know that you have. Potential beyond your wildest dreams, but you're unaware of it. You're in a fucking stupor. Do you understand? You're in a fucking stupor. But you're not able to see the stupor that you're in. You're in a stupor. Okay? So once you can begin to recognize yourself as in a stupor, then you say to yourself, and let's circle back to this point. If I can't take my kids on a 3-week trip to the South, what does it matter how much money I made? It is not raising your children to just make money. You're supposed to be able to spend time with your kids. You're supposed to never be angry in front of them. Be positive in front of them, because you traumatize them, by the way. You're creating self-generated resistance with that. You're causing them to act out by you pumping them with poison. Handle your poison and actually spend time with them. What that means is that you probably want to start having kids by 30, which most of you guys are way beyond the 8 ball on that. By 40, they're at the proper age to take them around, and you probably want to not work from 40 to 45. Then once you've spent some quality time with your kids, then go back to work and go kill it. But we don't even think like that, right? It's like, no, like, look at that. The standard is retire at 65? I go to some of these trips that I go on, and I see a bunch of 65-year-olds spaced out of their fucking minds. They're like, where are we, honey? I don't know. Like they got let off the metaphorical plantation at age 65. That's not living, guys. Just because you kept your life going up until a certain point, that is not living. And travel is just a simple one that tells me, are you able to get on top of your life enough that you can clear some time and maybe have some systems that are running in your life that will allow you to take a little bit of time off to do something for yourself, okay? So to get ahead, what do we need to do? We need to read a lot of books. If you're really busy, we have now Audible and different audio books that you can listen to while you're taking a crap. But we need to be always looking at high quality books. If somebody's serious about getting ahead, I'd say to them, what's the last 10 business books you read? What are the last 10 marketing books that you read? What product are you working on? What are you really good at? What are you exceptional at that you're going to build systems around and get it out there to the world? Whether that's as an entrepreneur, because believe me, I have people in my organization that I pay a lot of money to, and I am very scared of them quitting. So they're not really like my bitch, right? I'm kind of their bitch, even though I'm their boss, but I'm not their boss, because that's called an entrepreneur. I'm their one client who I'm afraid to lose them. By the way, when I run trainings, what do you think the dynamic is? Do you think that I'm afraid that my clients will not retain me? What do you think if I'm running good trainings? Hypothetically.
You're scared to retain you.
My clients are afraid that I won't retain them. Ideally, if someone took a training with me, they're making money off the training. Okay? Rich people make money off the things they buy, not lose money off the things they buy. It's meant to get an ROI. Stupid like watches like this, you make money off them usually if you buy the right ones. You know, you buy the dial that's not around anymore, the more expensive dial. You buy it for 50 grand, you sell it for 100. You make money off of it. Not after you wore it for a couple years. Not lose money off of it. Or you give it to your kids, and then they have a rich watch as a backup. They could sell it. Okay? Rich people take trainings. Like, I take a training. I've never lost money on a training. I made money on trainings. I didn't go to train like, well, lost a couple grand. That's gone now, but that was fun. I consumed it like it's like I'm watching Avatar. Cool movie. No, it's meant to be put into action. Someone does a training, they make money off it. But unfortunately, a lot of people cannot even get off a weekend to do a training. They can't even do it. Same reason people can't go to Charleston. So look at that. If you can't even get a weekend off to do a training, what's that tell you? You're not managing your life properly. You know people that tell you I'm working all the time? I just hustle, bro. I just hustle, bro. Is that something to be proud of? I've had periods like that where I just work all the time. Can you guys tell by my folks I'm capable to work long hours? I could be like this all day, every day for 5 years. But if I'm like, I'm working all the time, bro. Man, I just can't stop working, bro. What does that say about me if I'm saying that? Am I someone you should be learning from if I had to work all the time? That's what you want to replicate? So you got to just pick something you love. You never work a day in your life. Yo, if the best that you could come up with is some stupid ass business that you run, and I got probably the most fun job ever, by the way. I mean, is there a single job more fun than mine? Ever? No, really though. Like for real though, yo. For real. For real. Okay? But like, and this is awesome. But if I can't find something more fun than this, well, that's kind of what I said. It takes 5 years to learn how to spend the damn money. That's why these guys say they just work all the time. Because they didn't take 5 years off to learn how to spend it. See, that's what I'm trying to point out to you guys is you're further behind than you think. You need an intervention to get ahead. You're in the pleb loop, okay? You're in the slave loop, metaphorical slave loop. What do the elites understand about the masses? They understand that they will sell their soul for a fucking trinket. They will sell their fucking soul, A, to remain on autopilot, B, to be given an identity, C, to be told why they exist, D, to be numb. The average pleasure of the masses is to be numb, not even to feel good, to be numb, to not have to think. Basically, they're paying to not exist. Non-existence, non-humanity, non-consciousness. Don't make me have to think. Don't make me have to feel. Don't make me have to use my brain. Keep me asleep. I'll give you anything. I'll give you anything to stay asleep. And by the way, the deal is just getting worse and worse. What do you guys see in 2020? The deal's getting worse and worse and worse. The deal will not be tolerable eventually. The deal was kind of okay before, right? Not anymore. Not anymore. The deal is getting worse and worse. You guys are being managed like fucking cattle. And if you want to understand the psychology, study S&M. Honestly, you could learn so much from studying S&M. Like, you ever seen Pay Pigs or Financial Doms? You ever seen this?
All right, thank you very much. Be 25 to 30 minutes, guys.
Good boy.
Right now I'm in LA, and Slave Buffy travels with me almost everywhere because he's one of my favorites.
I've been Jasmine's slave for about 2 months now. When I submit my money to Jasmine, just giving control to somebody with that beauty, it makes me feel like I've accomplished something.
Now, in the FinDom community, or the financial domination community, the male submissives are often referred to as cash pigs. It's like having a sugar daddy that you can just fucking bitch at and he'll just give you money anyway. No sugar, and it's pretty much the dream. I would simply instruct him to send X amount of money whenever I wanted him to, and he would give it to me. But to ensure that he wasn't spending too much, which is simple for him because he's a weak-willed piggy, I would set up a budget for him.
So the relationship of a findom and a finsub may take place solely via online communication. So yes, I have actually never met or never seen, I've never seen 85 to 90% of my cash cows.
I can completely and totally humiliate. You have to have a fat wallet and little self-worth. I already know that I'm too good for you. I'm a goddess. And you'll never be good enough for me. So what are you gonna sacrifice?
It's one thing to have a dom where they whip you, but it's kind of erotic. It's another thing to have a dom where basically what they do is they just tell you, I'm a little piggy, take all my money. Look this up. Look it up. Look it up. Pay pig. Financial domination. That's real. That is from deep, rotting low self-esteem where the person basically just wants to be exploited. Now you're like, oh, that's not me. Really? You don't like your own exploitation? Really? I would challenge that. I bet you everybody in this room, a couple of you guys are a little better than others, love your own exploitation. You love it. You wouldn't know what to do if you had your freedom. Just like somebody in jail gets out, they wouldn't even know what to do. Like I said, it takes 5 years just to learn how to spend the money. It's all an illusion. Oh, I'll eventually get the money. I'll be happy when. I'll be happy when. I'll be happy when. I'll be happy when. It's like, I'll be let out of jail when. 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 You get out of jail, you're institutionalized. You're literally freaking institutionalized. You wouldn't even know what to do. You're in an institution. You're institutionalized. You don't even realize the extent to which you're institutionalized or the levels of unconsciousness that you're stuck in, the levels of loops that you're stuck in. So it's you've been institutionalized. You've got horribly low self-esteem, no clue how to get on top of your life. You've never properly audited your life for most of you guys in here, where you're going. You probably don't even know what your finance will look like in 5 years. Lacking social skills. Probably very, very disconnected from God, if you believe in that. Very disconnected. And easily duped. Very, very easily duped. And looking at role models that'll just further that and entrench that. And that's the majority of what you'll see. So again, circling back, when we look at things like, have you traveled to Charlotte or Charleston, things like that, Savannah, that is just a simple canary in the mine shaft of, are you capable of getting off a weekend? Right? Have you picked up a new hobby? Right? Like, what would you do if you had your freedom? And the example that I always give is when I'm in LA, I give this all the time. I say, look, y'all say you want to be a billionaire. I just give this for LA because I live there. Y'all want to be a billionaire? Okay, cool. Have you been to the Getty Museum yet? No. Well, then why do you need your own personal art exhibit in your apartment? Have you been to the Griffith Observatory? No. Well, then why do you need your own space rocket? Have you been to Catalina Island? No. Well, then why do you need your own yacht? There's a public boat that's amazing that goes to Catalina Island. I always say this. Have you been to Sequoia National Park and seen the General Sherman tree, biggest tree in the world, 3-hour drive from LA? No. Well, then why do you need a bunch of money? You've got the biggest tree in the world that you can drive 3 hours and go see for free, and you want to be a billionaire. What are you going to buy that's better than getting to see the biggest tree on earth? And if you live in LA, it's a 3-hour drive from you. But you say you want to be a billionaire? No, you don't. It's just further of the I'll be happy when mindset. I'll be happy when. You don't actually want it. It's a deceit. It's a lie. You're not serious about it. You don't actually want it. You are not serious about it. Okay? Now, I say that I say happy all the time. Part of why I say happy all the time is so that I resonate with winning. Okay? In other words, it's normal to be happy. You've got to get it to where it's, okay, people always question me on this. They say, life's not about being happy all the time because you have responsibility. No, I meet my responsibility and I'm happy while meeting it. Why do you have a rule that if you're working that you can't enjoy what you're doing while you're doing it? That said, you should also find things that you like to do more than work. okay? If you want to understand the calculus on money, here's what you do. Write down every single thing that you want to buy and do for the rest of your life, see what it actually costs, and then backwards engineer a way to get exactly what you want. I'd recommend that you trim the fat, because while you may want those other things, it's time and energy that it takes to go get it. So figure out exactly what it is that you want, and write it all out. Like, I know what my schedule looks like for the next 2 years. I know what every single weekend's gonna look like for 2 years. Everything. I'm talking like down to the freaking minute for a lot of this stuff. At least the periods I'm working. And the periods I'm not working, I know I'm vacationing. So have some kind of a sense of that. Why is that important? Is it because it will ultimately make you happy? No. You ultimately make yourself happy. It is a basic sign of thriving that you're on top of your life. Okay? So when you see the average person like, I get in a bad mood sometime. What is a bad mood? It means that you're emotionally dysregulated, you're not emotionally in control of yourself, and you're a joke. That's people that get in a bad mood are a joke. Now I'm saying this, you're saying, no, it's human to get in a bad mood. No. Look, that's the low standards that you've been brainwashed on. You'll get in a bad mood perhaps here or there if a loved one is sick or hurt or if something very, very serious happens. You know, if you're a Democrat and you saw the Biden debate the other night, I understand. Okay? But, you know, I mean, that was elder abuse. But, you know, it's like legit. That exposes some brutal truths. But, you know, it's, you know, you get in a bad mood here or there. But the point is, like, it should be very rare. Getting sick should be, I mean, for me, I don't get sick, but for regular people, should be very, very rare. Why? Because you manage your nutrition, manage your health. You should be having fun most of the time. Manage your life. You know, if you're like, I just hustle, bro, working all the time, bro. You're not, look, I'm sometimes hustling. Like, you'll sometimes hear me say, like, yeah, this has been a really busy period. I'm not proud of that. What does it mean if I say this is a really busy period, I'm working all the time? It means I don't have my shit together. Yeah. That's all that it means. It just means I don't have my shit together. I gotta work all the time, bro. I'm working all the time. Manage your life, bro. Oh, I couldn't make it into work today. I'm sick. Manage your nutrition, bro. I'm in a bad mood. Manage that, bro. Like, you're a grown adult. You can manage it. You know? And, like, I took drugs. Like, no. Okay? Control your state. Whatever the drug gave you, learn to give that to yourself. Do you think that you can give yourself a natural high? Yeah. Who here's ever seen me out at a club? I'm laughing so hard. First of all, at a club, no alcohol, no drugs. I'm having more fun than anybody there. Yeah. I'm crushing it, having the most fun, meeting the most people, most socially free, killing it, having fun. Right? Whatever the alcohol gave you, give it to yourself. What you guys don't even understand, you see how I'm using my voice here? That's not a technique, that's energy management. I'm managing my energy coming into the event to where I have a surplus of energy so that I'm explosive when I hit the event. This is like I did Denver, LA training, Charlotte, and then this, right? That's been like the last few weeks. I've been doing trainings every weekend. I'm good. Energy management. Look, I'm not even trying to frame myself like a cartoon character. This stuff isn't even hard. This is not hard. Do you want to know, there's only one thing hard about it. It's that no one does it, so then we think it's normal. We think sucking is normal. A bad marriage is normal, et cetera, et cetera. If we stop calling it normal, we would see it differently, and then it would no longer be normal. Now, what you learn about human beings, and here's another weird point, a human is not a human in the way that you think that it is. Okay? A human is not a human in the way that you think that it is. Here's what I mean by this. When you're sitting here talking to me, this is not Owen that you're talking to. This is like 30% Owen. I hate to say it, but I'm not even happy to say this, but it's probably solid 20% my ex-girlfriend. Like, you're kind of talking to my ex right now. And you're talking to her, you're kind of talking to me. It's the truth. She's a wonderful woman. She has a lot of compassion, great qualities about her. These are things that I, via osmosis, would have taken on to some extent from her. sure she'd feel differently. But the point is, you know, objectively, right? Like, that's somebody that I was around for 3 or 4 years. You're talking to her right now. You're kind of talking to Julian right now. You're talking to Julian, you're kind of talking to me. You're kind of talking to Mystery right now. Let's be honest, you're kind of talking to Eckhart Tolle right now. Right? So, okay, I'm not gonna say anything fucking crazy. You're talking to Jesus, but I read the Bible a lot. So I'm not Jesus by any means at all, but kind of talking to Jesus right now. Okay? But not on some crazy shit. I'm just saying, like, if you read the Bible a lot, then if I'm talking to you, I'm talking to Jesus. Right? Because you've allowed that, you've deliberately, they call that the Holy Spirit, you've allowed that in yourself. You're kind of talking to that weird motherfucker that wrote the Tao Te Ching. Okay? Because I read that a lot. Okay? I also followed Kobe very hard. You're kind of talking to Kobe. So, you know, meanwhile, I'm just some ginger fucking dwarf. But the point is, you kind of are, right? You are who you hang out with, as we know, right? So, in other words, if the people that you're hanging out with are shit, now God bless them, they could be better than that, but they're operating at a level that's shit, that's what you're operating at. So it's hard to break out of it when those are your influences, okay? So if everybody around you is operating out of a certain frame or certain assumptions about how the world works, that messes with you, right? So I mentioned that I moved in with a guy and we would do $1 million parties, $500,000 to $1 million parties, and he would pay $50K a month for Christmas lights. He would sometimes see me editing. I like to edit my videos. I got a 20-person editing team at different points in my career. What do you think? He was making about $300 million a year. What do you think he would say to me? Now, I'm an 8-figure coach. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Woo. What do you think he's saying when he sees me doing video editing? He walk in the room, huge estate, but occasionally you come to my half the estate. Walk in the room, because we're homies. Walk in the room, see me editing. What do you think he'd say? What the fuck are you doing? I'm editing. I'm working. Bitch, you're not working. You're editing. That's not work. Why would, from his point of view, he wouldn't see editing as work? Thank you. Well, because I do make money off it. You know, you make like $1 million a month. Okay? Can't scale it.
Yeah, you're working in the business and not
Working in the business, not on the business. A guy like Big Mike, you will never, ever, 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 ever see him doing manual labor. How are most multimillionaires made? Most of it's real estate. How are most billionaires made? My understanding is most of it's investments. It's not made like editing. Like, where's the video edit, like the millionaire editor? Maybe for like a Chris Nolan movie. I don't know. Probably not even, right? I don't know. I feel like I kind of learned some things from editing. You know, I enjoy editing. Taught me what kind of footage to create for my editors. But no, he won't let me do that. Okay? So let me give a simple example, okay? I've given this example before. I just feel like it's worth repeating. Back in the day, I would build coaching teams. I can build coaching teams anytime. Anybody who is around me becomes an incredible coach. I could bring in my 12-year-old son. He could run this whole event, by the way. True. Who's ever seen videos of my son when he's like 11 running events? Can my 11-year-old son run events? Yes. He'll crush it. He'll crush all you guys public speaking. Never taught him public speaking, by the way. Okay, so I would have other coaches, and because what I teach works, they would get as good at me as me very quick. Now, the big difference with me and them, and I would try to inculcate this mindset into them, but a lot of them had success barriers around it. So let's say that you had a teacher. I'll take Jeff as an example. Jeff, very good teacher, can do all the coaching that I can do, can do all the kind of things in the field that I can do. Basically, he's me, and I'm him. No difference. But Jeff is not a money-oriented guy. He just likes coaching. He loves to coach. Doesn't care about money at all. Really doesn't. Like truly, the man does not care about money. So Jeff would come in, and he would go train 3 people. Now, let's say that back then, our programs are more expensive now, but back then, our program is, say, $3K a month. Or sorry, $3K per weekend. So Jeff would go in, he'd bring in about $9K for the company. Now, you're also looking at flights, you're looking at hotels. So you're looking at Uber fees, all that. So you have expenses around it. You're looking at merchant fees. You got to pay it. A lot of people don't know this. Do you guys know how hard it is just to process money at high volume? And you guys probably didn't even know that, right? Do you know how hard it is to be allowed to process money at high volume? They won't even let you do it, okay? You have to build trust with your merchant to process that much money. Harder than you think, especially seminars. Not a tangible good. Now, from there, okay, if you know, you know. Anyone here know what I'm talking about? If you know, you know. Who here knows what I'm talking about? If you know, you know. Oh, it is tough. It is a whole thing just to be able to, like, you got to just learn how to be able to take money in. So then, okay, so from there, if you know, you know. It is crazy. So then from there, okay, so you also have sales fees. You're paying sales commissions. You're paying merchant fees. You're paying airfare, all this stuff, right? So he goes in there, makes $9K. You pay his rate. What's left? It's peanuts, right? Peanuts. Now, let's look how I would go do a program, okay? If I'm going to do a program, I go into a city. Do you guys remember some of the things you saw me doing over the years if I go to a city to teach a program? Okay, so can you afford to just go make $9K in a weekend? Hell no. Hell no. Because $9K is not even $9K. There's expenses around it. Takes some money to make money. So here's how I would do it. Let me show you an example. I go into a city, and the first thing I do is a free event in that city. If I do a free event in that city, I can repopulate the local groups. I can videotape my speeches that I can put online. What can I also do with those speeches if I video record them? I can watch them. So what does that mean is happening to my public speaking skills if I'm watching myself on stage a lot? Also, now, it may look, am I a PowerPoint speaker? Did I have a PowerPoint? How did I do the speech? Off the dome, Jay-Z style, motherfucker, okay? Like Jay, okay, off the motherfucking dome. So I'm practicing free social public speaking, okay? Now, so to me, free social public speaking, it's like a rich guy that has a polo hobby, okay? Like this is me playing motherfucking polo, okay? You gotta pay for the horse, you gotta pay for your field dues. I do free tour to me is polo. It's a rich man's hobby. That's all this is. Why do I do the free tour for free? Can anyone guess?
Fun. Practice.
Because I can't charge money to go on a rant. Okay? So if it's a free tour, y'all can't say shit. I'll talk about what the fuck I want. I'll call you plebeians. I'll say whatever the fuck I want, right? So that's the thing, is like I can experiment with things that you could never do at a paid event. I can take new angles. I'll try different. You ever notice like my videos have very different energies and vibes? Like sometimes I'm one way, sometimes another way. And another thing you notice about my videos, man, am I ever locked in? You ever seen a speaker more locked in than in one of my videos? You want to know why that is? Because I'm paying to shoot them. What's my pay to be here? Negative. Just the video. That's it. The video. That's it. This is like skiing for me. If I pay to go skiing, I'm going to ski my ass off because I'm paying to ski. If I run a free event, I'm going to free event my ass off because I'm paying to do it. So I'm going to come in here, I'm going to go free social public speaking, and I'm going to bust my ass. Then I'm going to take the best 5% little chunks out of all the free tours. I make additional products about it. Make millions off it. So I'm going to, but I'm also going to practice my public speaking skills. The reason I became the best speaker is because I paid to learn speaking. I paid millions to learn how to public speak. I will do whatever it takes to practice my public speaking. That's why my voice is the way that it is. That's why my free association is the way it is. It's the main reason my field work's incredible. Why am I so good in the field? Practice, because I fucking love it. I got nothing better to do. It's polo for me. Me out in the field's like a rich dude playing polo. That's all it is. By the way, do I ever need to go out to get a date? What is the worst way for me to meet someone to hook up with? Going out. I'm a rich guy who lives in Hollywood Hills. How do guys like me meet a girl? Going out to a bar? How do rich guys meet girls?
Lead with the wallets.
Can't lead with wallets because girls don't care about money. Women are not gold diggers, except hookers.
Social circle. Pay promote.
It's very simple, guys. That's how everybody does it. You have a party at your crib. You hire a club promoter for like $500 or $1,000. You bring up 200 to 400 of the most attractive people in the city. It's your fucking house. You spend maybe 10K on it. And guess what? If you got a bunch of buddies, they just chip in about $500 each. You don't even pay for any of it because you don't even got to pay your 500 of it because you just get one extra buddy and you don't pay anything. And they even cover the maid. You get a proper security guard to make sure everybody's ID'd. That's key. Get a proper bartender to make sure no one's overserved. That's key. Get a DJ. Order some food. And then you just do a party. That's it. The nightclub's in your fucking house. By the way, nothing stopping any of you guys from doing that now. Meet one rich dude who you can do parties at his house. You could do it this weekend. But you won't. For the same reason that you won't go to Charleston. Because even though you could do it, you'll hear it and it will be in one ear, out the other. It's insanity. You could easily do this without money. But you won't. Insanity. Total insanity. Fucking insane that you won't do it. Fucking insane that you haven't yet. Fucking insane that you won't. But you won't. I don't know why. Only God knows why you haven't done it yet, and only God knows why you won't. But most of you won't. I don't mean to be discouraging. I'm trying to challenge you. Somebody like, why are you saying that? Putting a limiting belief to it. That was me in the audience. I'd be like, fuck you, motherfucker. I'd have that shit set up before I left the damn seminar. But people are so soft these days. Like, it hurt my feelings, so I didn't do it. Me hurting your feelings stopped you from your win? Suppose I'm trying to antagonize you like a man. Normal men get antagonized, they go win. Some guy tells me I can't do something, I'll do it 100 times over. That's how I'm wired. I'm trying to antagonize you. But some people, you antagonize them, like, oh, you're right, I won't do it. I'm like, huh? I'm trying to antagonize you. Do it! If I didn't believe you could do it, then I wouldn't antagonize you. I just view you as Timmy the retard, and I wouldn't say anything. I'm not gonna go to Timmy the retard and be like, God knows why you won't do it, Timmy the retard, okay? Okay, I'm saying it to you as a man, believing you could do it. So I'm antagonizing you, calling you a pleb. I'm trying to antagonize you and irritate you. Someone antagonizes me and irritate me and stunts in my face. I'm like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, and I will go do it 1,000 times over. Where's the fighting spirit, motherfucker? Where's the fighting spirit? Boston Tea Party. You gonna tell us what tea to drink? War! Humans now, like, just put it in deeper. Put it in another inch. Just give me that TikTok and that weed. They stole your fucking soul, bro. Okay, let's keep going. So, deeper up your ass. Let's go. Get out the gerbil, okay? So, let's look at the money. So, I do a free event, right? I'm recording myself speaking. I'm getting better at public speaking. Connecting to everybody in that local city. So everybody who follows me in that city is getting to meet me in person. Much more likely to do business with me because now they know me in person. They got my vibe. Go to an infield training that night. What am I going to do with the infield training? I'm going to also record it. That's going to show me how I'm doing infield trading so I become the best infield trader in the world. I can also make products out of that. Now, am I going to go teach in the field without training other coaches? Fuck no. Fuck no. Okay? So, yes, when you're teaching, you should be training other coaches. Your students should be a pipeline for other possible organizational leaders, for other people to be employed by you and to become coaches, and you're training them. So you're training the actual students to make sure they're killing it. Ideally, if you train them well enough, they'll come back and continue to do business with you because they make money off of it. You're recording the training so that you can make products out of it or make front-facing videos out of it. You're also going to watch the recording so you can become better at trading. You're also going to use those videos to train the other people who you're training, including staff. Then you're going to do a cheap event, and then people will come to that cheap event. If you kill the cheap event and people can get an ROI, they'll do the more expensive event because the cheap event, which is awesome, is also training them on the virtues of what you do. So now and then I'm going to shoot a local video in that city to take out the metaphorical pie and rub it in the face of everyone that didn't come. You better believe that while I'm here in Atlanta, I'm going to go in front of the George Aquarium. I'm going to go in front of the weird little pointy buildings that you guys have and probably go in the rotating restaurant. And I'm going to shoot videos. And I'm going to say, hey, it's Friendly Owen. But really, I'm trying to fucking floss on your fucking face that you didn't show up to the last Atlanta event. And then I'm going to record the Atlanta event and have everybody having fucking fun so that you wish that you fucking came so you feel stupid. And then I'm going to record videos in Atlanta so you feel super fucking stupid that you didn't fucking come. Then I'll probably record fucking testimonials, the value that people got, going on and on about the value they got so you feel even more fucking stupid. So get off your ass and fucking come, okay? So as a result, now what I've done is I've gone in city, I've trained multiple instructors in the city, I've done free events, ingratiated myself to a group, recorded that, done an inexpensive event in the daytime on Saturday, recorded that for products, practiced different bits for products, gone out at night, recorded that, recorded local video blogs, and typical ROI for me was about $1 million a month in what I'm doing. I'm launching digital products. You guys know those dumb little lives that I do where I go, click the link. You know those? What do you think I do off like 4 lives in a month? Click the link. That blueprint reloaded. Click the link. What do you think that brings in?
250K.
Easy, from a couple lives. What's the pay on that? $50 an hour or $50,000 an hour or something, okay? So, and that's not even money. So be thinking a little bit here about multiple ROIs. You can't get rich off single ROI. Some guy just doing construction, salt to the earth. God bless him. Someone's got to do it. Salt to the earth. God bless him. Okay? How about your dating life? Oh, I'll meet someone online, or I'll meet someone through friends. Like, you are fucked. You are fucked. Do you understand how fucked you are? You are so fucked. You're so far up shit creek. Do you understand the layers to which you're fucked? Okay? There's layers to which you're fucked. Now, okay, so the thing is, but it's just normalized, right? Like, I've got to make a seminar about how fucked you are. It should be obvious. Now, I talked earlier about what it costs to send a kid to school, what it costs to eat organic food, what it costs to live a basic life, and I barely even scratched the surface of just how up shit creek everybody is money-wise. But we'll just sort of leave it at that for now. Now, let's talk social skills, okay? So, you're thinking, okay, you need to have a lead flow and pipeline. Because if you just want to hook up with somebody, go out twice a week. You'll be inundated. If you just went out twice a week and engage people, which you don't do, but if you did. But if you want to get a life partner or someone to have kids with, you are fusing your DNA to this person. What is more important that you will do in your life than who you fuse your DNA with for eternity? It's like, when you press render on an editing thing, you can't, it's baked in now. Whatever dumb edits you put in are baked in. You can't remove that. It's baked in. When you have a kid with someone, their genes are baked into yours now. One of the most beautiful things in the world is that you get to find a partner to bake in your genes with so that you and them can be together for eternity. But that will fuck you up if you pick the wrong person. So it's a very high stakes game. Okay? So the couples in here like rubbing each other like, hey, we're baking each other. Okay? So you guys are like, it's going to be a long car ride home. So, okay? Do you really want to bake me in for eternity, honey? Of course I do, honey. So, okay, so yeah, you are literally baking them into your DNA for eternity. You can't get rid of them. Every generation after that, they will be baked in. There's never it's where it's just you, not them. You know that annoying ex? That could be your baked in partner for life. So, okay, how they're going to raise the kids. Is the culture these days even built to be pro-mother or pro-maternity? Is that where our culture's at? The power of the mom? Look at what they're being fed. This garbage, this Yuri Bezmenov, which the fact you don't know who that is even fucked up. Write that down, hint, hint. Yuri Bezmenov. This Yuri Bezmenov world that you live in of absolute moral degeneration, okay? That's been put in here. It's been weaponized demoralization. So then what you have weaponized demoralization. People hate their country. Men hate women. Women hate men. These are your best friends. These are your partners. What, are you crazy? Are you fucking crazy? But they don't like each other. People are against each other. Okay? Here's a hot take for you. I believe that every human is a fucking human. There's a hot take for you. Okay? Every human's a fucking human. At what skin color is it a bit darker? Does one type of person become another type of person? What the fuck is that? Who the fuck made that up? That's fucked up. Who the fuck made that up? Okay? Everybody here in this room is fucking related. Who the fuck made that up? Or men and women who don't like each other? Half or whatever percentage it is of your ancestors are women if you're a guy and are men if you're a girl. But men and women don't like each other? How fucked up is that? You've got nipples, okay? If you're a man, you have fucking tits. You know a woman's clit that you lick? That's like a tiny dick. You didn't even know that, okay? People don't like each other. That's because they got in your fucking head. They turn us against each other when we're each other's allies. The best country in the fucking world. We have so much potential, but we had to come back together. So, anyway. So fuck it. The shit you can sell people on, man, is insane. So, okay, people are built stronger together. So, anyway, really insane. And by the way, the best part about that is that when that's constantly in the news, what bigger problems are we not talking about when that's all that we think about all fucking day? And just reinforcing the fucking division instead of talking about real fucking problems. But we won't talk about that because we'll infight with each other. Okay, so it's distraction upon distraction upon distraction upon distraction. So, anyway, Multiple ROI. Let's talk that about dating. If you're out there dating, you have to have a significant other that has respect for you. If you are pedestalizing your significant other and you can't live without them, they will not be able to exist within your frame at all. And as a result of that, you're going to lose them. You can only keep a significant other who you can meet someone at that level within a month or two. That's it. If people think, oh, if I just find the one, it's fixed. That's not how it works. I can only have a team member if I can get another team member like them within a month. If that team member knows that I can never replace them, that as a result, there's infinite raises that they can ask for until I'm bankrupt. So you cannot be a leader in any capacity unless you can meet other people like that. You have to love your significant other, but ultimately know that they're their own person. They could choose to walk away anytime, and that's up to them. And that's okay. That's their choice. You want to work it out if you can, but that's okay. So you have to have that dialed in. And by the way, they're not going to be able to respect you unless they, you ever heard of like a motherfucking Taco Tuesday? Right? You ever think about that? You're in a relationship, do a fucking Taco Tuesday and have a bunch of cool guys and cool girls come over and let your partner see that you're a leader. But if all they ever see, okay, you don't even got to throw a big rager like me in LA, but you can do a Taco Tuesday and then bring over cool people and let your significant other see you in a pedestalized light. Right? Me doing little events like this, if I got a significant other and they get to see people here looking to me as a leader, what do you think that does for attraction? Way up. Have something like that where you're respected and a leader so that they can see you at your best. But guys get lazy on that. Guys don't know how to meet other people. So you've got to be good at that as well, okay? So you think, it's okay that I have my social skills down. You're wrong. It's not okay. What do you think not having your social skills down is doing to your income? Destroying it. How many times do you see it where you did great work, but some other charismatic motherfucker came and took all the credit? Who's always going to get elected president? Person with the loudest mouth. Straight up. It's not going to be on policy. People don't even know what policy they're voting for. They just know who feels like the leader. So having social skills is also key. So these are things that we don't even look at because we think it's okay. See, I am hyper negative, I'm extremely cynical, and I'm an extreme pessimist. I'm proud of that. Why do I say I'm proud to be a cynical, negative pessimist? Why do I say that?
You can see clearly, discernment.
I believe in human potential. I think we can do anything.
Objectivity.
Yeah, but you know what else it is? I also believe that if we don't do things, we're screwed. Right? Be like, where do you find the motivation? Where do you find it within yourself to do this? I'm like, people say this to me. They're like, you're still doing this after all these years. It's just inspiring. Where do you find the motivation? I'm like, what do you mean motivation? Where do you find the motivation to breathe? I don't know. You're breathing? I'm not dead yet. I ain't dead yet. I know I'm getting closer. Beard's gray. I get it. But I'm not dead yet. There's time. So what it means is I understand basically how reality works, and I understand that if I don't take action, I'm fucking screwed. But I also understand that life can be awesome. So I understand that life is basically like a video game. You have your spiritual pursuits, which is the foundation of the whole thing. That's the foundation that everything's built upon is your spirituality. The underlying frame that you're coming from, are you a giver or taker? What is influencing you? What is running you? What energies are you drawing into yourself as your spirituality? Are you a real entity, like actual thing, or are you this leaf in the wind with no core values and no North Star who just gets manipulated? Are you awake or asleep? That's the core to everything. Then from there you have your health. And your health means, are you getting sick all the time or do you have vitality? Do you have energy? Do you have the energy and focus to do what you need to do? From there, what you have is money. What that means is do you have something that you do that you enjoy doing? And ideally, you only have to do it a couple months a year eventually by the time you're in your 40s. You're not working all the time. Now, if you're Elon Musk and you're building something that is tremendously important to humanity, like saving free speech, well then, fine, work around the clock because now you're the equivalent of like a soldier storming the beaches in Normandy in World War II. You're giving your life away for a greater purpose. If that's what your business is doing, like you're giving away your life for a greater purpose, and you're like, I'm basically willing to be a walking corpse in order to achieve that because it's worth it for other people. I will be a sacrifice. I'm like a missile. Then fine, work every day. But barring that you're a human missile and that you have some degree of humanity left in you, don't work more than half the year by the time that you're 45. Okay? You should be not working all that time by the time that you're older. Find a fucking hobby, man. My hobby is my work. Then, bro, you got no hobbies. Come on, bro. It's like some guy eating a Big Mac. He's like, it's just my favorite. Come on, bro. Try something else. Take a little bit of time and try something else. Okay? Try it. You see what else is out there. Take a little bit of time. Okay? Now, once you have that in your mind, what happens is that it forces you, like in the same way that when I lived with Big Mike, that forced me to think differently about money. I remember when COVID hit, I made a choice. I'm like, you know what? I don't believe in the system anymore. Because what happened to me was I went, oh, wait a minute. So you're telling me that I can build and build and build and build and build and build and build, but you can just shut me down for this. I've been sick in 12 years, but you can shut me down at will, whatever you want. You can just shut me down. Oh, I get it. There's a violation of the social contract. Thank you. Thank you. Because I think I honestly would have just worked till I died. I think I would have, because I'm a naturally very competitive person, and I don't know about you guys, but I just hate it when competitors get one up on me in any way, shape, or form. I'm very, very, very aggressive. So, I go out to the club, I got to be the best. Public speaking, I got to be the best. Teaching, I got to be the best. Everything's got to be the best. So for me, taking a bit of time off is the hardest thing in the world, just knowing that other people could get any little inch on me. It's like, it makes me want to fucking kill myself just thinking about it. I hate it. But you want to know what you realize? It makes me angry. Even now, it makes me so angry. Like, there's a big part of me that just wants to work 20 hours a day till I die and just dominate everything, okay? It is such a strong part of my psyche. It screams at me, just win. Don't let them have it. Fuck them. Fuck them. Fuck them. They ain't shit. Fuck them, okay? It screams at me and drives me, and I feel at home in it. But you know what you'll realize over time? Okay? That little rapper in your brain telling you that you're the man, it's fun and it's hilarious and it's awesome and it drives you, it's great. But in 50 years when you're dead and your competitors are dead, maybe even your kids are dead, everybody's dead, what will it matter that you shoved the pie down the face of a competitor? And trust me, that it's hard for me to say that. Because fuck, I just want to take out those pies, man. I just want to keep. Do you guys remember when I was running at the peak and we had like 85-90% of the industry to where nobody had any oxygen at all? Oh, that was good days. Do you remember that? There was no one but us, right? And you will never get anything on us. I will go out 7 days a week. I will run events all over the fucking world. I would talk to competitors. They would be like, dude, you guys are crazy. Like, how the fuck do you do this? And I'm like, we're just getting started. We're just getting started. You do not even understand. We are just getting fucking started, right? And my brain just screams at me to just keep winning and 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 winning. And I was like in this loop of just every night I go out to the club, just winning and winning and winning, and it's awesome, okay? And we would do the best parties. I had the best cold approach, best fucking parties, making cash. I'd be on Rodeo. All the fucking store salesman people love me. Owen, hey, come blow another 30 grand. I just buy out everything, buy whatever I want. 5-star dinners, parties, dating, friends, social media influencers over, famous people over, coaching billionaires, winning and winning and winning and winning, which by the way is easy. It's like, oh, is that hard? No, it's not hard. Just work. All you have to do is work. Just work. Work. Just work. Use your fucking, switch your brain on. Don't sit there like, I gotta go to my job, okay? You've gotta assess yourself. You gotta go back, okay? I know you're sawing and sawing and sawing. You're just sawing the tree. Step back. Sharpen the saw. Maybe get a chainsaw, maybe get a bulldozer, and then take down the whole fucking forest. I love forests, by the way, but metaphorically, okay? Like, it's just these guys just sawing, man. You just saw. Just saw faster. No, pull back and sharpen the saw. Like I was saying with Jeff, he just goes in the city, teaches 3 people, comes home. Well, just keep doing more of that. Just keep doing more. there's another 3 people in Phoenix and another 3 people in Atlanta. Okay, right? You're not going to get anywhere. You've got to pull back, pull the fuck back, start doing massive amounts of auditing. Look at what the hell you're doing. My homie Ty Lopez used to say that. He's like, we live in LA at the time. He's like, I go to Palm Springs. I'm like, why do you go to Palm Springs? Ty's like, I go there to think. Why do you got to go to Palm Springs to think, Ty? He's like, I just find I do my best thinking in Palm Springs. Like a 2-hour drive. I'm like, all right. You know, right? Now for me, I'm actually okay to do that at home. And I'm sure he is too, don't get me wrong. But he had a process. He has a process that he uses. What was Ty doing when he goes to Palm Springs for a weekend to think? What's he doing? To think. What's he doing?
Auditing.
He's saying, fuck you. Fuck you. Phone call. Work, demand, responsibility. Fuck you. He pulls back and he starts, okay, look, real G's, here's what they're like. Okay, say you're a coach as an example. You've got like, you know, say you've got 10 clients, right? And they're all paying you $20K a month for a phone call a week. What's your job as a coach? To get them fucking results. But that's your job to them. What's your job to yourself if you got 10 clients paying you 20K each, which is nothing, by the way, in the coaching industry? What's your job?
Stay at the top of your game. Stay sharp.
It's to get rid of them. It's to fire them. Okay? To fire them. Why do you fire them? Get them the result and fire them. Get them where you promise and go beyond and fire them. Why? Because it means you got a better, higher paying client. Okay? Even at 10 clients at $20K a month each for a phone call a week, which is 10 calls a week, still you can't get rich off that. Do you understand? $200K a month is not rich. $200K a month is not rich? That's not rich. That's just called a coach. So if you're sitting there and that's what you're getting, your goal should be to allow the bottom end of the funnel to pair off, right? They should be falling off. Now, ironically, here's the best part. When you're doing that, they sense that you're doing that. See, when you're like, no, I can't lose them. Well, how do they treat you? Do they respect the agreements that you made? Huh? What do you think? What do you fucking think when you need them? What do you fucking think? What do you know from dating? What do you know from dating? When you need them, what happens?
Shit test.
Endless shit test. Hey, I demand more time. I demand more attention. This isn't good enough, right? And you're like, oh, please don't go. Don't go. Don't go away. Please don't go. And they go, yeah, fuck you, bitch. Okay? But if you don't care, and then they say some shit and you go, oh, yeah, it's all good, brother. Whatever you want to do. What do you want to do? How can I help you? They go, oh, no, I didn't mean it. I want to say. Oh, it's 100%. 100%. Okay? My buddy Luke, he's got this one rich client. Pays him a lot of money, right? The guy's just dogging him, man. Just dogging him. Whew! Dogging him. Okay? This guy pays him real good, though, okay? Wow. Pay him real good. But dogging him, man. Dogging him. It's never enough. I'm like, bro, what the fuck are you doing? It's like, it's your one client. Of course he's going to dog you. Of course he's going to continually cut you on your rate. Of course he's going to continually demand more because you're not in abundance. It's like you're Steve, the married guy, getting browbeaten with the broom and got to take the trash out, get laid once a month. You're Steve, the chode, with your client, right? Of course he's going to do this. I said what you got to do is you got to bring your other client, go get a box table at the Lakers, bring over 4 or 5 clients, let him see the other clients. He's like, no, he'll fire me. I'm like, this motherfucker's going to fire you anyway. Do you know what the end trajectory of is as they dog you harder and harder? Where's the end of that train? Like in dating, where's the end of that train? They cut you off and then they blame you. They cut you off and say how bad you are. Happened to me, guys. Happened to the best of us. Happened to everybody. With the women I love dearly. Who I never thought would do that, and they do. So, same way with clients, they'll do that to you. So he goes, he'll fire me. He goes and does that. Guess what the dude does? Fires him. He did fire him. He actually did. Didn't call him back for a month. My buddies call me. He's going, man, why the fuck you tell me this shit? Why the fuck you tell me this shit? I go, bro, this dude was gonna dog you out till he fired you anyway. You maybe lost a month or 2 on the tail end of the client. You got to come back to yourself, and then you got to make social media posts and floss with all your other clients, even if they're making less. He's like, man, you fuck me. I go, bro, you fuck yourself, bro. Okay? Why do you tell me this shit? Why'd you tell me this shit? You know, I got kids, man. Bro, you fuck yourself, homie. You're slipping. What do you think's gonna happen? So what happened was the guy didn't call him for a month, didn't even pay him what he was owed. What do you think he did a month later when he saw all these badass fucking cool clients that he probably didn't know was paying less, but all these badass cool fucking clients in his social media on his stories? Hey. Gave him his rate back and stopped being a bitch. Okay? Right? So you got to understand, like, your goal as a coach for your clients is to help them. But for yourself is to have whatever rates that you're at, that you've got to, don't just be so obsessing over not losing. You've got to be building yourself up to where you're like, I can't wait until the bottom of the funnel falls out so I can keep building it up. Look, if you're dating people and you're like, if they leave, I'm so scared. I am so scared. Oh, I am scared. What's going to happen if you think like that? They're going to dog you out. They're going to dog you out and dog you out and dog you out. Look, I've had situations that I won't even name because some of them could see it. I won't even go there. But, like, I'm giving them the world. The world, like, I would sometimes show friends of mine, like, what I was doing, and they would be physically sick and nauseous because they would relate it back to themselves and be like, fuck. Because I remember one buddy, he goes, he started screaming and shit. Because if I got a girlfriend, I love them so. Like, if I got a girlfriend, I love every ex I've ever had so dearly. So I want to give them the world. Like, I just want to be the highest performing boyfriend of all time. That's like my instinct. But, you know, they'd have their own opinion. So, but I try. I give what I can without sacrificing who I am. And so, like, I'd sometimes show buddies of mine, like, what I've done. I remember one buddy, he just started screaming. He was like, he started screaming in rage. He goes, you gave her the max. You gave her the max. What hope do I have? You gave her your fucking soul. You gave her the max. I remember other buddies of mine saw she'd done certain things, and they were just like nauseous because they saw how hard I tried. They knew that they'd be lucky to give 5% to their significant other. And then even with all that, I couldn't get her to just have basic respect to where we could have been together and had kids. But what happened was I did everything that I could in my power to do. Again, two opinions the size of every story. I'm just saying my side. But the point being, it didn't matter what I gave. It didn't matter because I was too invested. Now you ask her, she'd say the opposite. She'd say he wasn't invested. Well, what about this? Yeah, but it wasn't real intimacy. It wasn't real love, right? Like, I do some of the sickest parties in LA. I'm just with you. What do you mean it wasn't real love? Oh, you're taking it there again. Ah! Okay, you know what I'm saying, right? Like, you see what I'm saying? Because the dynamic was skewed. My buddy who was getting dogged out by his client was giving that guy the world. He was the best possible coach for that guy. Nobody in the world could be a better coach for that guy than my homie. I trained that guy myself, and he's naturally good even before he met me. Nobody could be better than what he was doing. What he was doing was an irreplicable job, but that dude will still dog him out and get rid of him. By the way, wind up with another person doing the same job at 10% the level, just because the guy doesn't have a boundary. And people you date will do that too. They'll also do that. Do you understand? So you have to have a boundary. There has to be a boundary there. Ironically, when you don't have a boundary, they'll start complaining that you violated their boundaries. They'll be like, you didn't respect my standards. And you're like, projection. I object. Your Honor, I object. Doesn't matter. Because they ain't in court of law. They can do whatever they want to do. So you give your soul. You give your soul. You give your fucking soul. Okay? I've had clients that I gave my fucking soul to. And you want to know what that resulted in? It rarely resulted in like, wow, you gave me your fucking soul. No, what is better is have a phenomenal value proposition that you have curated, but that you can do without harming yourself. Okay? So where I gave my soul was when I depleted myself for other people. That's not win-win. That's called win-lose. That means that you have an unhealthy relationship to receiving. So when you guys see me come in here jacked on energy, could be I'm on cocaine, Adderall, but it could be au naturel. If you believe it's au naturel, what is it that I am doing? It's an art form. Public speaking is not just what you do in front of the stage. It's what you're doing in between. Like social skills, right? Social skills is not walking around like a derper and then like a marionette going, whoop, when you see someone that you like and then being charismatic. What is actual, like, is there any difference in how I am in a social interaction or public speaking in real life? No. All that social skills is you. All that public speaking is you. This is just Owen. I don't public speak. Is this me public speaking? Or is it just me talking? I'm just talking to you. What you do, look, real good public speaking, we all have these masks, right? You go like that, you go, ah, this is me. Okay? All that I'm doing is I'm just showing you what's in my brain. I'm showing you how I talk to myself. That's it. This is how I talk to myself. I'm giving you an unfiltered view of how I talk to myself. Like it or hate it, unfiltered view of how I talk to myself. In all its grandiose obnoxiousness, this is how I talk to myself. So, if that's the case, then if I'm coming in here with a lot of energy and focus and I'm locked in, is that some secret trick that I do? Is there a technique for that? Or is that something you build up leading into the event?
Both.
It's a build up. But good answer, but it's a build up. Okay? So in other words, how I treat myself leading into this will determine how I am at the event. So if I'm this self-sacrificing victim who just always gets screwed, could I do a good job as a coach?
No.
Why not?
You don't have the energy.
You're depleted. You got too many dicks up your ass. You're depleted.
Receive more to give more.
Yeah, receive more to give more. See, what they'll teach you in spiritual growth, the devil is not in receiving. It's called receiving for the self alone. When you receive only for you. But if I know that I'm going to go give a outpour of energy when I'm coaching, like if you got an airplane pilot flying you on a plane, do you want that guy to be like some codependent little fucker who just, his wife's browbeating him and he can't eat healthy food, he didn't get good sleep last night? Is that how you want your pilot to be? No. How do you want your pilot to be? Hey, bitch, go to bed. Get a massage. Relax. Don't drink. Right? So if I want to be the best possible coach that I can be, should I be like, destroy myself?
No.
Okay, let me tell you something. If I'm dating somebody that is depleting me, is that fair to you guys?
No.
If I'm allowing myself to be in business entanglements that are depleting me, is that fair to you guys?
No.
Likewise, people always come up to me and they send me all these DMs. And they think I'm going to start giving them free coaching in the DMs. Now, if I'm getting a bunch of those every day, and then people see me on the street and they think I'm going to give them free coaching on the street. Because they're like, sometimes they'll say, well, I thought you didn't care about money, so you'll just give me free coaching. If I just sit there giving free coaching all day, here's what happens. I know because I do it because I'm a giving person. I meet somebody like for example, if I take a break, okay, I go take a break. You come up to me out there, the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to break. Talk to me in the room. Ask me the question for everyone to hear. Why are you coming up to me outside? I'm going to say that to you. Here, what do you think happens if I'm going to blast my voice and blast my energy and blast my focus in a room like this, and then I don't take a half-hour break because the body has peaks and valleys naturally? What happens for the rest of the room when I do the later segment tonight? It sucks. I know because I've had one-on-one clients, and I'll be about to do a live broadcast, and then the one-on-one client pops by, and then I wind up talking his ear off for 2 hours, and by the time I go do the live, I'm burnt out, and then the live sucks. That's being seen by 20,000 people. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? Okay, so I've realized, you've got to have boundaries. So understand, you should crush it for your clients, but you have to have a boundary to where enough's enough, and you've got to know where your limit is. You want to push in your boundaries so you always get a little bit more stretch, like lifting weights, but you don't want to destroy yourself. It's like people who do cold plunge, right? Some people try to do 7 minutes in a cold plunge right off the jump when they're starting. What's going to happen if you've never done cold plunge? You go do 7 minutes. You're just going to get sick, right? You should do like 10 extra seconds, 20 extra seconds, maybe a minute at the most. Don't go kill yourself over this, right? You want to trigger growth, not destruction. Okay? This is called, stress versus eustress. Eustress is healthy stress. What I'm here doing an event, I'm trying to elicit healthy stress. But I don't want to elicit stress. I want stress where I go home and I grow. I don't want stress where I go home and I'm burnt down. So what winds up happening is you wind up getting a significant other if you don't learn proper social skills that just stresses you. Yells at you, burns you down, dogs you out, eventually leaves you. That's how this plays out, by the way. That is the end of the story. So do you see what's happening to you? No time for a vacation, no money to invest back in yourself, no social skills to learn how to meet somebody who's at the peak of who you could meet. You're not taking care of yourself. And then there's all these little areas, health, wealth, relationship, higher purpose, and there's all these little areas where other people are not taking care of themselves. They're in a derp trance, and they've been in a derp trance for so long, they now resonate with it. Their soul's gone. Their soul's been chewed out by the system. The devil ate it. There's nothing left of them. They're an emptied out husk. And there's a little tiny microscopic flame in there that could be reignited, but it would have to be an act of grace from God, in my view. Truly. And, the kind of audience that's in here is people that want to be fired up, people that want to do better. But you've got to really want it. You've got to actually want it. So what you try to do in an environment like this is you try to get into something where other people are serious. Like people are like, yo, like I want to be better. And it's not harder. Okay? You have to understand, my life, hard is living in the system. My life's not hard at all. Okay? Anybody who tells you like this is hard, don't learn from them. Okay? It's not supposed to be hard. It's supposed to be easy. Now what they'll tell you is, this is the response you'll get. Oh, it's like a 7-minute abs scam. It's like, oh, they're telling you that getting rich could be easy so that you'll want to buy the course, or, they'll say that, right? That's not what I'm saying. I'm not pulling one of those. I'm not that motherfucker. Okay? What I'm saying is it's spiritual. It's a genuine spiritual desire to create a heaven on earth and not a hell on earth. Okay? So it's a discipline. Look, I've done both. Okay? I've done both. I've done it to where I'm stressed and I'm angry and I'm just, you can see it in my nervous system. I've spent years being angry. Years just being fucking angry. Okay? Because you got to understand, when you run a business, your staff just makes one little mistake, costs you 50 grand, and you're like, I remember this one time. I did this whole fucking video, and this fucking motherfucker wears this like Tickle Me Elmo outfit to the seminar. Okay? He's dressed like fucking Tickle Me Elmo. And I got no problem with that. Okay? Owen has love for self-expression. That guy wants to identify as Elmo. I don't give a fuck. But what I do care about is like, I've got a message that I'm trying to share, and if fucking Tickle Me Elmo's in the front row, they're not gonna be able to listen to what the fuck I'm saying. And like, I'm even down to make a whole video about the Tickle Me Elmo guy. But if I'm gonna sit up here screaming my ass off and paying all this money to record the fucking video, didn't come to fucking San Francisco. This is happening, of course it's in San Francisco. I didn't come to fucking San Francisco to record a fucking Tickle Me Elmo video.
You gotta come to Atlanta more.
Yeah, so this guy, exactly. So this guy is like right out in the middle, right? And I'm fucking up there in the video, hooting and hollering, and fucking, and the Tickle Me Elmo guy's like jumping the shot. And I'm like, bro, we paid like $100 grand for this shoot. That's not even counting opportunity costs or compounding interest considerations, but we'll keep it at the cold hard cash. If you see a giant fucking Tickle Me Elmo head in the fucking screen, you've got one job. Like, bro, you're the cameraman. You've got one job. Point the camera. And if a fucking Tickle Me Elmo starts running through the fucking middle, tell him to get fucked. Okay? Just move him a couple rows back. You got one fucking job, bro. Press record and block Tickle Me Elmo. All right, it's 2 jobs. I confess. So fucks off a 100K video shoot. That's fine. That's okay. That's okay. So I said, hey, bro, you see this Tickle Me Elmo right here? You think maybe next time that we shoot a video, if a giant fucking Tickle Me Elmo runs through the middle of it, we could just move him, maybe? I mean, I just lost $100,000. But let's not talk about the fact that it was an awesome fucking speech that now the world can't even fucking take seriously. Not that I really want to take that seriously, but you know my fucking point, right? It's fucking Tickle Me Elmo. So, okay, so like, but, you know, could you just do that next time, please? He's like, okay. And then he comes to me later in the car and he's like, I feel like you're mean. I will never own a gun. You'll never see me with a gun. Never. But I'm not anti-gun. I'm only anti-gun for me. I will never own a gun. Do you understand? Never. Because after I'm done with him, I'm going after fucking Tickle Me Elmo. So, okay? So, and then me. Then I'm going after myself. So the thing is, okay, this is a parody, okay? So, joking. So the point being, and I just remember thinking, I'm like, you know, this guy could litigate saying that I was a dick. How come the boss can't litigate against the staff that just costs $100,000? But somehow the staff could like litigate against you. You just ask him to do his job, but could litigate against you for like emotional distress for just making a request, right? And remember that we're running this out of California. So I'm sitting there, you know what that means, okay? Basically like, anyway. Okay, so, and I'm just sitting there, I'm just like, I just feel like cortisol. Just breathe. $100,000. Fucking Tickle Me Elmo. This guy's got one fucking job. I apologize. I apologize. The Tickle Me Elmo's not that bad. You did a good job. And I'm sorry I caused you distress. Because this is California. And you could literally unleash a tsunami of hell on my ass for the fact that I hurt your feelings. So, I'm really sorry that when you cost me $100,000, that I made you aware of it. Okay? Every fucking day, I deal with shit like this. Every fucking day. The people, you run a business, the people whose lives you support will look at you as a bad guy. The people who you make free videos for will complain about the videos. The people who you employ will complain that they're not being paid more, even though it would bankrupt the company. The people who you date, who you provide a beautiful life for, will complain that it's not good enough. For every one person in life who takes action and moves the world forward, moves the ball down the football field for humanity, there's 10,000 complainers. Okay? When you think back to the old school material and all the haterade that got, there was like, at any given time, maybe a couple thousand people in the world that were actually trying to improve their social skills and going out. But there's like hundreds of thousands of people criticizing that. It's so easy to be a fucking hater and someone who poisons reality and just consumes it and poisons it and complains. And it's hard to be somebody who actually tries to build something. Okay? And to take the liability of that if you have a bad month. Okay? So you'll have months where you go $1 million in debt if you run a bigger business. That's not even that much. You got to crawl out. So when I say that you can have fun no matter what, I'm not saying some crazy shit that I haven't had problems. Okay? Because that was on the small end of problems that I've had. I will not stress you guys with real problems. The Tickle Me Elmo catastrophe, I got over that relatively quick. Okay? But you're going to have so much stuff like that where you just go, why? Like we're building something so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Why don't you want to protect it? Why don't you want to protect this? Why don't you want to add to this? Are you sick in the head? But most people are. And so that's okay. So you're gonna have problems like that. The question that you've got to ask yourself is this: is it ever gonna stop? No. This is life, guys. And you know where the end of this bullshit is? Death. Life, as Winston Churchill called it, is one damn thing after the other. Okay? It's one bullshit after the next bullshit after the next bullshit. Look at the chain of bullshit that could even happen on the way here. We could lose gear. They could lose our luggage. The plane can arrive late. The other day I wake up and the fucking cops are in the Airbnb. And I'm like, hello? And they're like, oh, hi. I'm like, what's up? I'm sitting there with my shirt off taking supplements. And I'm like, good morning. And they're like, you guys didn't pay for your Airbnb. I'm like, I think I can pay for the Airbnb. My supplements I'm taking here are worth more than this Airbnb. What do you think I didn't pay for the Airbnb? And my staff, whose account existed, was randomly canceled by Airbnb. And for whatever reason, Airbnb seems to take it upon themselves that if they find something in their account, because maybe a year ago you left late or whatever the hell happened, and then they happen to stumble on it, they'll literally cancel your fucking stay when you're halfway through your fucking stay. Anybody here ever have that happen to them? That happened to me. And I said, sir, I don't know. I don't care. I'm happy to pay for the Airbnb. Actually, I'm kind of pissed that I'm going to lose my day if this wastes my time. I'm here to actually enjoy my day. And the police are embarrassed. And then I called the Airbnb owner. I'm like, bro, what are you doing? And he was embarrassed. He's like, I shouldn't have called the police. I'm really sorry. Like all this kind of shit. It's like, homie, why do you call the cops if there's a problem with the Airbnb? How about, you ever heard call me? Or the guy that booked it? Like, hello, phone call. We come in peace. Okay? But it's like, I forgot about this. But like, that's the kind of dumb shit that's going to happen. It is endless dumb shit. Okay? By endless fucking morons whose brains are miswired. And when they can't see, they go, where's my money? Please. Okay? And when you're employed, you deal with a certain amount of that. And when you run a business, you get that amplified. Okay? So by the time that I leave here, there will be shit in my fucking text messages. Each one of them. This will be by the time I leave tonight. That will be more stressful than the average person could handle in a month. And I'll have these coming by the time as soon as I wake up, when I eventually get to my phone, I know there's going to be shit in there. I actually will time when I look at my phone for when I'm about to go in the sauna. I'm like, let's look at this right before the sauna. Okay? Or right before I bang my girlfriend. And I'll do that specifically because I know it's going to be stressful. Well, your ability to manage your own emotions will dictate your capacity to enjoy life. Look, if you've got a very, very attractive significant other, you're going to have other baller motherfuckers hitting her up. Now, in the era of social media, they're going to hit her up not on text, but on Instagram or whatever future app is out there. And she has to respond because she's engaging her followers. And she doesn't want to not respond to her followers. This guy just happens to be a Giga Chad male follower by coincidence. And so you're going to have you should see some of the dudes that hit up girls I've been with. Like, you're just like, how is this real life? And you know that it's probably these guys as like receptionists or like an AI bot or something they're doing. But they think they're talking to the main dude. So if you've got a significant other and she's getting hit up by ballers, you better not be jealous or you're not going to enjoy having her, right? You're not going to enjoy having her. If you run a business, you're going to have enough fires going off all the time that if you don't have emotional regulation, you're not going to enjoy it. The Tickle Me Elmo is nothing. There's probably worse shit that happened that day. I just thought the Tickle Me Elmo was particularly retarded. Like my video was destroyed by a human Tickle Me Elmo. Like can we hit rock bottom? Like, is this hell? Satan, where are you? Like, am I in hell and I don't know? Like Satan's like, now put the Tickle Me Elmo in front of the fucking video. Okay. Now make the fucking staff member say that you were mean in California. Okay. It's like, you've got to be a zened out motherfucker. You got to be zen. You want to have an attractive significant other? You got to be zen. You want to have kids? You got to be zen. You want to run a business? You got to be zen. So when I say that you're going to have fun all the time, be like, oh, you're saying have fun all the time. And then they think I'm saying to take drugs. Half my seminar is me sounding like I'm an 80s Ronald Reagan commercial. This is your brain. This is your brain on the drugs. It's wrong. I sound like I'm the fucking cartoon character teacher from fucking South Park. So I'm not saying go take fucking drugs and fuck your life off. What I'm saying is life sucks so bad that unless you actively control your state, it's going to be horrible. That's actually what I'm saying. Okay? So when I broke my leg, I tell the story a lot because I'm quite proud of it. When I broke my fucking leg, the doctors and shit thought I was a freak show. They thought I was going insane. My leg was brutally badly broken. And they're like, comminuted fracture, tibial plateau. It's horrible, actually, whatever. And so literally I'm sitting there and I'm just laughing. I'm joking around with the staff. And they're like, are you going to take some painkillers? I'm like, I'm chilling. They're like, is this guy gone crazy? Is he about to die? Like, he's gone crazy? I'm like, look, man, I'm not wasting my fucking day. I'm not wasting my day being pissed about this. It's still a day in my life. I don't care if I broke my fucking leg. We're having fun. Tell me about you. What are your problems? They couldn't believe it. I don't care if my leg's broken. I'm not wasting my fucking day. Fuck that. Maybe it's your last day. I'm not wasting my day. No. Nobody's taking my day from me. Not fucking Tickle Me Elmo. Not the broken leg. You guys ain't taking my day. Bitchy ass girlfriend ain't taking my day. No. N-O. No. Don't let people steal your fucking day. Go for it.
I have a question. So
Great.
I want to know your opinion on this. Not to sound like a masochist, but I have learned it has worked for me. It doesn't mean that
Are you Argentinian?
No, I'm from Mexico.
Nice. What city?
Saltillo.
Where's that?
2 hours away from Monterrey.
Oh, Monterrey. Okay, keep going.
Yeah. So I've learned for myself.
Louder.
I've learned for myself that what works for me when I feel bad or sad, not to sound like a masochist, but I enjoy it.
Great.
Like, it's like I enjoy that momentum to feel myself, to learn, to let myself feel sad, and not to stop enjoying life because of it. Like,
Yeah, so you've embraced the fullness of human emotion.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying to you guys when I say be happy all the time. Okay? So you've got to embrace the fullness of human emotion. But that embrace of the fullness of human emotion, people mistake that as be lazy. Okay? So it's like, you should be spiritual. You should be zen. Okay. Why can't you be zen while you build something? Why is being zen somehow correlated to being broke? Well, we know why, because people try to find themselves in their wallet, right? But if you're that zen, then you should be zen with a broken leg, zen with the Tickle Me Elmo, zen with the bullshit. By the way, do you think there's any other hope to truly enjoying life if you don't learn this stuff? No, there's not. It's absolutely on you. The shit is endless. Look, here's kind of what I'd break down to you, okay? Here's how I'd say it to you. Life is a combination of you got to go inside yourself, go within yourself, and then what you do is you figure out how to be happy no matter what. That's the foundation. I am happy no matter what. I've got control over my emotions. You're only going to learn that, by the way, by experiencing stress and then, like a video game, learning how to regulate it, learning the little sweet spots in the mind to regulate your stress. Then what you got to do is you've got to figure out what it is that you truly love or want to make money in. And you've got to understand business and systems and how to get paid off of that. So you've got a lot of money. Then what you've got to do is learn social skills to where you can rapidly meet other people, and if they act bad to you, you can shuffle them out and replace them if you cannot get back on the same page and you've tried everything. Then what you've got to do is you've got to master nutrition and learn how to feed your mind and learn how to feed your energy so you're not sick all the time and so that you have energy and vitality and mental focus. Then what you've got to do is you've got to have some larger spiritual pursuit or reason for fucking living. And maybe for some people that could be hedonism, but I think for most people that's not enough. Legacy. Then what you've got to do is learn how to have fun. And that means actually getting back to laughing, actually getting back to traveling, actually getting back to expanding, actually getting back to enjoying your life. And a big thing is like, you've got to have a standard where you start to assess and audit what you're doing. Like, okay, wait, there's this person in my life, and whenever I'm just getting a little bit of lift off, they fuck it up. Okay, can I talk to them about it? Are they willing to be happy? Can they be happy with me? Is it something that I may be doing? What's my role in this? And if you can't get on the same page, then you say, well, what do I really want? Okay? Like, here'd be a simple one for me. Simple one. I'm going to give you a simple one. I realize, okay, I'd be out shooting. I would go out and shoot videos in nature. And, you know, I'm spending thousands of dollars a day. But really what's killing me is the opportunity cost that I'm losing and the compound interest effect when I'm out shooting in nature. Why do I go out to shoot in nature? What's like my mindset towards shooting in nature? It's to put aside some time for my damn self. It's to say, I'm going to take some time off to truly create. How often do you get to actually take time off to really genuinely create? You see where I'm going with this? To genuinely create. Right? What I would do is I'd go rent an Airbnb up in Montana, fireplace going, up in the mountains, and just take a week to go up there and just create. How many entrepreneurs that are busy on a money grind can truly take time to go do that? Maybe while their kids are there too. But truly taking the time to go and accomplish my best work and to create. I've got years of this stuff pre-recorded. Even the free tour, what am I really doing while I'm here? What is this really for me? Represent something different for you. What does this represent for me, what I'm sitting here talking to you guys right now? What am I really doing? I'm doing a forced weekend where I come here and I create. Is this the best kind of teaching that I could do? Hell no. The best kind of teaching that I could do would be exercise driven. It would be personal feedback driven, and it would be in the field. This is not real teaching for you guys, but you're getting a 90s style self-help seminar that would normally cost about $5,000 for free. You're getting a networking group. You're meeting in person. We're going to have a lot of good energy here. So this will be the best thing that you did all year, value per dollar for sure. But if I was really going to, there's only so much you can learn sitting in a chair, not even moving, right? I'm just here recording YouTube videos. But what am I doing but still incredible to come, I mean, how cool is this to be here for free? Costs me a lot of money. You better be fucking enjoying it. But what am I actually doing when I'm here? What is this me doing? Similar to when I go to Montana to just create. What does this weekend represent for me?
Maybe just living.
Living, yeah. Let me ask you a question. Would I create at this level at home in my house?
No.
Think about it. Could I create at this level or bring this kind of energy sitting at home in my house? Yes. Fuck no. What I did, no, I'm not this psycho. I'm pretty psycho. I ain't this psycho. No, what I know that I've flown in, I've yelled at you guys for a gazillion years to be here, and you guys are all here. I'm going to come in here and I'm going to give my best. I'm going to come here and I'm going to create. Now, what I do is I challenge myself to free associate. So the speech meanders a little bit. It's stream of consciousness. From this, I can either pull out the best chunks and make videos and release them, or I could be a bit of a dick and just release the whole damn thing and let people interpret it however the fuck they want. It's kind of like a podcast you listen to on the way to work, meandering a little all over the place. A lot of people are stupid and think this is my proper program. They're like, is that a proper program? Because they're dumb. The channel's called The Free Tour. They're like, oh, what does that mean? Can't figure it out. That's okay. That's okay. The world's hard. I get it. Free tour. What is free tour? Okay. But it's a chance for me to create. It's a chance for me to come here and just tap in, lock in, feel you guys out, feel what I think you need, get a sense of the audience, and then just create something. So I get to take a couple days for me and just create. Just share what I've been learning. Just share, synthesize in my mind what I've been figuring out and what I think the world's missing and what could inject some fresh energy out into the space. Maybe start some cool conversations. That's what I'm here to do. That's me taking time for my family, to be out there with my family. Savannah, Charleston, Jekyll Island, Charlotte, Atlanta, Nashville coming up, Gatlinburg Aquarium, Chattanooga Aquarium, Blue Ridge Highway. I'm going to go and do all this stuff. Okay? The kids are going to see the last motherfucking panda from the Panda Wars before they take the panda. Okay? I don't know if you guys knew that. You have like the final panda. Okay? They tried to see the second final panda in D.C. the day that it was leaving. They didn't get in on time. There's all these kids crying outside because of the fucking panda. Well, I'm a good dad. I'm like, I'll take you to see that last panda. Ed will see a fucking whale shark. So that's time for me. Now, we're all going to die, right? Again, my comfort zone is not to be looking at a fucking panda. Do you understand? I hate looking at pandas. I hate having fun. I hate just traveling. I hate being happy. What is a big part of my brain that runs me sometimes want to do? Work. What else does it want to do? Win. What else does it want to do? Put the boot on the neck of anybody that would compete and fucking destroy them. Not by actively harming them, not by talking shit on them, not in fact, if you want to know how narcissistic I am on this, oh no. Oh no. Oh no. It's not enough for me to fucking win. By hurting another person. That would never be enough for my ego. I'm not going to win hurting another person or talking about another person. I'm not going to win just leaving them alone. No. I'm going to call them on the phone. They're going to go, Owen? I'm going to go, let me tell you how to win. I need a better opponent. I've spent hundreds of hours calling competitors trying to help them. Ask them. They're like, yeah, it's weird. Owen just calls me and like, I've made millions. He just helps me. He sends me his clients. I don't care. It's not enough. Like, that's not good enough competition. I've got to create competition. It's like you play a video game and you're stuck on easy mode. You know what I mean, right? It's like you want to play hard mode. Come on, let's play hard mode. Right? It's like, why do I do a counterculture-based business? If I just want to get venture capital and run a tech company within the system and make billions from that, that's on easy mode. Do it outside the system and stick to your actual values. That's hard mode. Elon buying X, Twitter X, that's fucking hard mode when the government and the CIA is busting your ass. That's called hard mode. Okay? For people with a real ego. So you don't want to, like I love doing socializing in a wheelchair. This is the best thing that ever happened to my social skills. I'm bored as hell just doing it, setting up. It's too easy. Put me in a wheelchair, it adds a new level of challenge. Right? I like being a little bit fat and doing it. I like an impediment, okay? I want it to be harder. Why do I want it to be harder? Why?
Get better.
It's an ego. It's grandiosity, right? It's grandiosity. To be the best, you want to compete against the best. You want better competition. You want it to be harder, okay? When I take my kids out hiking in the hardest, most dangerous trails in the world that I can find, I'm doing it to make it hard, okay? I might spoil my kids, but they're also out on trails where they're doing 16, 18-hour hikes and collapsing. They're out on the side of cliffs. They're up in mountains. There's grizzly bears around, mountain lions around. I want it to be hard. I'll build them up, but I want it to be hard. Why do you want your life to be easy? You know the problem being easy? It doesn't engage you. It's like my leg where my leg fell asleep because I couldn't use it while it's broken. It starts falling asleep. What happens when you actually challenge yourself for something harder?
Grow.
Yeah, you grow. But does it feel bad or good?
Yeah, great.
Yeah, do you want to sit there playing the game on easy mode? You get bored, right? So I would challenge myself, can I only work 2 months a year? Is there a way to do that? Challenge yourself. You're smarter than you think. Okay? Your mind is capable of more than you think, but you've got to turn it on. Okay? I would open with dumb openers like, I like salad. What, you could open with that? No, I could open in spite of that. You understand? I would open with bad, dumb stuff to open in spite of that. You guys ever see me doing social skills without even talking? Yeah, I'm going to do it without even talking. I'm going to win in spite of that. So that, your mindset should be just keep throwing more stimulus in front of you. More. I never try to compete with someone by doing bad on them. In fact, what have you ever heard me say about other self-help gurus? I big them up. Go watch them. Big them up. If you want to be the best, then be the best. Do you understand? Be the best. Actually be the fucking best. Put in the work. Be the best. Don't try to push somebody else down so that you can be better. Actually be the fucking best. Okay? That's where the fun is. Actually compete. Actually compete. Be the best. So the mind, just what your mind is capable of, you don't even understand, right? Like you don't understand what you're capable of. You don't get it. But to be the best, you can't just be treading water like a floating turd waiting to get flushed. Like a plebeian masses peon being managed and exploited by the system. So you know where they get you? They get it where you can never get that weekend off. You never get that damn weekend for yourself where you can actually improve yourself. And you're just so stressed, you just want to smoke a fucking joint to make the pain go away. Real progress is made by sharpening the saw. Say sharpening the saw. Sharpening the saw. Okay, that's when progress is made. Progress isn't made by you doing the same activity again and again and again. Progress is made by massive states of action. Pause. Pull back. Look at what the hell you're doing. Look at it. Get a sense of what it is that you're doing. Then what you do is once you have a sense of it, you audit what you're doing. Okay? So if I was, by the way, this is me ranting. If I was teaching you for real, here is what I would do. I would talk to you personally, not a group, or be a small group. I would get you to show me every minute of your life. Where is every damn minute going? I would audit and 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 audit. I would audit. Then what I would look at is, who are you associating to? Who are you working with? What are you consuming? What are you doing for entertainment? What are you doing for growth? We'd audit all of it. And then what we would do, and this is where it gets fucking scary, we'd see where it's going. And you want to know where it's going for the vast majority of people? I do this shit all the time in my trainings. You know where it's going for the vast majority of people? Nowhere. You're not going to make it. You ain't going to make it. Most of the people you see, they're not going to make it. Not going to make it. So then what happens is, knowing that you're not going to make it, you start to make adjustments. Okay, the classic example that I always give, I give this one a lot. I remember I audited, I would do lunch every day at a place called Croft Alley. I don't want to talk shit on them. They're super nice. It's like an organic salad place. Very tasty. So I take a Uber from my crib down to Croft Alley, eat lunch, Uber back up. But when you do the actual math on Croft Alley, you want to know what you weirdly discover? What is 2 hours a day times 365? 730 something hours, okay? Now, if you've got 16 hours in a day, how many days did you spend going to fucking Croft Alley? So what could you have done with that month? Is that really, like, Croft Alley is great. And if you're rich, you should be allowed to eat at Croft Alley, shouldn't you? But is that all you want to do that month is go to Croft Alley? You see what I'm saying with this? Okay, let's say that you have a significant other that's annoying you and you've tried to fix it. What would happen if you just rediverted those hours to social skills? What do you guys think would happen? What if you just shifted where you put your time?
Similar situation with your coaching friend.
Yeah, you know, it'd be a game changer. So what I'm trying to get you all to understand is that if you want to actually succeed, you've got to do massive, massive, massive self-auditing and seeing where the fucking time's going. Everybody's trying to get a piece of your time. Everybody's trying to get a piece of your energy. And then you've got to get it to where you can pause and actually build skills, right? The really rich guys, they're reading all the time. They're doing market research, investment research. My clients that are the most rich, they maybe make 2-3 decisions a year, and the rest of the year is them just floating around. Because these are the kind of guys that float around all year. You know, they're running around at some dumb shit like Burning Man. And at Burning Man, someone comes up and said, hey, there's this thing called crypto. Maybe you should put your money into crypto. And they're going to find that out because they're in the proper circles, okay? So then what winds up happening is they go buy crypto and then they make $1 gazillion off of it. That's how rich people make money. They just wander around reading, researching, and figuring out where to deploy. Like when they make a move, they make it big. They make the right move, but it's well prepared.